asking Miss Van Gyn, did I get your name correctly? Because people get my name wrong all the time. I must make sure I get it right. Is it Van Gyn or Van Gyn?
Share your issue. It's Van Gyn. Like
Van Gyn. Perfect. Thank you. I just want to, if you could just take a moment to clarify for me something that I want to make sure I heard correctly. When you were talking about Bill C-63, did you say that we were too tough, the law was too tough on hate speech?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think that the issue is with statutizing the definition, which is an inherently subjective definition. I think that there's an issue with the ability to add a new penalty when there's another offense committed to basically overcharge defendants.
Got it. Okay, so
I'll give you. I can give
so,
you.
no, that's fine. So I guess what I want to dig into is, what would you say to members of the Jewish community or the Muslim community who right now are seeing incredible spikes in anti-Semitism and Islamophobia that is resulting in violent physical assaults on people and institutions? The argument many of them make is that hate speech leads to these things, these types of actions. Would you agree with that?
So violence is, of course, criminalized already, and I think that there's an issue with all kinds of things like bail conditions that repeat violent offenders are not actually put in prison. So please criminalize violence. Put people who commit violent acts.
No, but my question is, do you believe that there is a correlation between incitement and hate speech and people's responses, or do you think that people act independent of those two things?
So incitement to violence is also criminalized, and
Okay.
we take no issue with incitement to violence.
Okay. So let's just, I appreciate very much you speaking about the importance of freedom. Do you believe in freedom of expression as being beyond just words?
Of course.
Okay. So do you think that a woman should be able to wear a niqab?
Of course I do.
Do you think that it was inappropriate for the Conservative government to put forward, in the last time that Stephen Harper was Prime Minister, do you think it was inappropriate for them to put forward a niqab ban on women?
I don't have comment on that. I'm not familiar.
No, but I'm not asking you. So, okay. So you're not familiar with the proposed niqab ban?
I do not think that government should ban religious clothing.
Okay. So you just to confirm, you do not think that government should ever ban religious clothing, correct?
I do not think they should.
Okay.
Explain this to that government is doing that now.
Do you believe in a woman's right to choose?
Of course I do.
Do you think that is it
to choose how to access healthcare? You mean like to choose
whether or not she can get an abortion?
Yes. That's my personal viewpoint.
Fantastic.
I do believe
does it concern you? Does it concern you that conservative governments in certain provinces, and does it concern you that members of the Conservative Party are seeking to legislate eliminating or taking away a woman's right to choose?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I'm asking you specifically if a conservative.
Talking about abortion right now.
I'm asking you because I'm asking you if you believe in that freedom.
What the connection is.
I'm asking you if you believe in that
point of order
freedom.
here. What's the relevance to this?
Point of order?
Expression. Freedom of expression. Expression takes different forms. Well, I've asked the question, and as you well know,
But you're hounding her now. That's the point.
Oh, now you're concerned. Okay, great. Okay, let's.
I don't feel hounded. I just don't understand.
Okay, let me ask the question differently.
I believe people have the right to express their views on abortion.
Okay. Do you believe that people have the right to legislate whether or not a woman has the right to choose?
I mean, now you're talking about sort of parliamentary sovereignty issues, which are well beyond the scope of. I mean, Parliament can legislate on all kinds of things, and then they're put in check by the Supreme Court. I really don't.
Okay. So.
Legislation as like Parliament is sovereign.
So if Parliament decided, so if Parliament decided to do certain things and pass certain laws, then that would be sovereign, and that would be the law, and that's what we should all adhere to, and there should be no opposition. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm a little confused by the line of questioning. Parliament can legislate. Legislation is subject to our Constitution, which can then be reviewed by the court.
So we can get more into this later. Are you concerned, or were you concerned when the former premier of New Brunswick, who has recently transitioned into being the former premier, and Premier Moe in Nova Scotia, are trying to put restrictions on a child's right to use the pronouns that they want to use?
That's an issue that we haven't taken a position on at the CCF.
I'm asking you your opinion, though. I'm asking you your opinion.
I'm here speaking as a representative of an organization. I'm not going to give you my opinion on that particular issue, which is a live issue.
Okay, and my
Okay.
final question
Yeah,
to you.
you're at 5:10, so I got to move on. 2.5 to Mr.